I didn't want to do this video because I was like, I don't. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. So it has been so much on my mind to do this video, but I wanted to do it in such a way that, okay, you know what, scrap. Let me tell you something. So I'm a very private person and I really don't like sharing some stuff because I don't want to, how do I say it? You know, when you share some stuff, you want people to understand, to take something away from it. And when you're not, I don't feel I'm a great speaker. I don't know, maybe that's me. But can you imagine, I have been married for 22 years. It feels like yesterday that I've been married for 22 years and I have learned so much. And so let's start from the day one. Okay, so I got married, gosh, 22 years ago. You can calculate it. I'm going to be doing my makeup. I hope you guys don't mind while I am doing this. So I got married and I'm using the elevator, and that is what I always use, and it's almost done. So I got married when I believe I was 26 years old. And to be honest with you, I actually wanted to be married when I was 21. Yeah, I wanted to be married when I was 21, but it is what it is. I don't know why that number 21 got stuck in my mind to be the time that I get married. It just stuck in my mind that, oh, you know what? 21 is a time that you should get married. I'm using my brush just to apply it in there. And when I got married, I've told the story, I've shared the story. If you guys want to, you can go watch the video on how me and my husband met and stuff. We had a very, very short courtship. This thing is done. We had a very, very short courtship, and some people at that time, there were some people that weren't for short, just the way we quickly got together. There were some people that were not for it, but hey, 22 years later, we're still here as thinking. So when people ask me, some people ask me questions like, oh, did you guys date for long? Or is it important to date for long before you marry someone? I tell you, there is no rule out there. There's no rule saying, oh, you have to date for 6 months. After 6 months, then this. After this year, then if the person doesn't propose by this time, all this stuff. This is just me. I don't think there's a rule. But then again, I feel like if you have been dating somebody for so long, okay, and there's no sign of direction, meaning that there's no sign of this relationship is going anywhere, my sister, pack your bag. Pack your bag, because, you know, as women, we got the clock, as they say. But one thing I'll tell you is that even after being married for so long, I'm still learning. I'm still learning new things in the marriage. I'm still learning so many things. One of the things that was most obvious to me that I believe that I learned, and I'm making this video especially, I have daughters, so I have a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old. One key thing that I wish I had learned earlier on in the marriage is to open my mouth. Yeah, and when I say open my mouth, I mean that if I don't like something, speak up. Speak up. I was always, even right now, I'm still a little bit quiet and shy, you know, about sharing my thoughts, sharing what I feel, how I feel. And I feel personally, in all honesty, I feel that it frustrates my husband sometimes when I don't speak my mind on something. But I believe he has grown accustomed to it, because I'm one of those people that when we're talking, I tend to be quiet and I tend to think before I say something. But if I have something to say, you are sure you will hear what I have to say. So, but I wish that earlier on in my marriage, I had been more outspoken and spoken my mind. I think it will help a lot of ways. And because guess what, the men, they can't read our minds. There's no way they can't read your mind. They can't tell you, oh, I know how you feel. If you want something, say it. If you like to get roses, tell your husband, I like to get roses. Don't be quiet and say, I hope he figures out that I like to get roses. In 22 years of marriage, there's still some things that I'm now telling my husband that, okay, I do like it. He's like, I didn't know you like it. So we have to learn to speak up. If you're someone that, you just got married, you just had kids, one thing that has really helped me was not always putting my kids before my husband. Because now later on that we have been married for this amount of time, I am seeing that at the end of it all, these children are going to leave. These children are going to leave. Now, what does that mean? That means that, yeah, it's not that you don't love your kids, right? It's not that, but it's not that everything is just your kids, your kids, your kids, your kids. And then the man feels like an outsider. This is something that I wish I had known. It's not that I didn't put my husband in front of my kids, or I put my kids before my husband, but I realized that when I was earlier in the marriage, the children still need you. So I devoted a lot of times with the children, helping them get their ways, and my husband is a traveling man. So that really, being in a long distance, not long distance relationship really does affect the marriage. I would personally, is it something that I will say I wish everybody could not be in a long distance relationship? No. There's some perks to having a long distance relationship where your husband travels and comes back. There's a joy in the reunion, okay, in the other room and the other places. But there's a joy in the reunion. But the thing is this, one thing I'll tell you, that if you have someone that your husband is always away, find a way to integrate or to bring in the man into everything. So this is something I've been doing, and I feel that it will help some people. If you're watching this, it will help you. What I've been doing now, and I started doing that, I want to say about maybe 5 years or 6 years ago, and this is when my kids were like 10 years old and 14 years old. Whenever things happen in the house, right, and my husband is gone, I will try to solve it myself, because I'm like, I don't want to disturb him. He's already at work, and he works a pretty stressful job when he's gone, and I don't want to stress him out. Let me take care of what's going on with the kids. And that started affecting me mentally. It started affecting me a lot. I felt like the weight of the world was on me, dealing with everything the kids were going through and stuff. So I had to rethink the strategy. And I sat down with my husband one day, and I said, I'm going to start telling you what is going on with the kids more often. And he's like, oh, okay, I like that. And so anything that goes on with kids, we created a family chat. So we have a family chat. And so anything that goes on, we send it in the family chat. If anybody needs anything is bothering anybody, we set it up in the family chat. And that was a game changer. When we created a family chat, of course your kids have to be at age to have cell phones, but when we created a family chat, that really, really, really helped. I'm using Tate. This is a blush, but I like using it for my eyebrow and blush. That's just me. That really helped out. So open communications between your husband and your kids, and if anything is going on with the kids, let him be involved. Don't be that superwoman. I keep on saying it, and I've done several videos on that. So that really, really helped me out in terms of just not being as stressed out. There are still some things that, like right now, pretty much anything that goes on with the kids that, my husband needs to know, I let him know. Now my kids are older now. My oldest is 20, so there are some things that are just women stuff that he doesn't need to know. It doesn't affect him anyway, that we just talk about in passing. It's not like every time I'll just go up to him and say, oh, by the way, this girl said this thing, no. So just want to say that aspect. Next thing that I also want to say that I'm getting my eyeliner. One thing that I think that has also helped in my relationship, and it's actually the number one thing, I should say the number one thing, is God. Because I don't think I would have gone past 5 years without having God on my side. There's so many times that, and I'm being honest, that I'm being human, that I would have said, okay, I'm done, you know. And it's not like the relation, it's like, okay, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, because, you know, I just get overwhelmed easily, you know. I just like, oh, okay, I'm done, you know. But it's the grace of God. I don't know how to tell you, if you're someone that you don't believe in God, I don't know how you do it. I really don't know. But for me, just having that open communion with God, like if I'm going through something, you know, I talk to God about it. I let him know. If I'm going through something in my marriage, I talk to God about it. And me and my husband, you know, when anything affects me and I'm like, okay, well, I've been telling God about this, you know, he listens, and we have discussions and he listens. So I'm just putting that out there. It's very important for you to put God first. And I noticed that I have a sense of peace whenever I put God first, in terms of my relationship, in terms of letting God know that, okay, you know, I'm not in this marriage. This marriage is a marriage of 3 people. You, your husband, and God. That is it. That is how I take it. So, you know, every night as a family we pray together, and I think it's very, very important, and I think that really helps out a lot. One other thing that I feel that also helps out in my relationship, and why it has lasted this long, is we find ways to compromise when it comes to things that maybe we don't agree about. We always find ways to have an open middle ground where we compromise, and you compromise in a way that, you know, you still feel okay with it, and the other person also feels okay with it. There's a way that when you compromise in marriage, that you don't feel jilted. You don't feel as if this person is just taking advantage of you. If you ever feel that way, sit down, talk. Talking is so important. Like, for example, yesterday we took my daughter back to university, and when we got back home, it's a 3-hour drive and 3-hour back. And when we got back home, I sat down and I was like telling my husband, I'm like, we didn't even listen to the music. We didn't even listen to music. We didn't even turn on the radio. We were just talking, you know. And then the children too were having discussions with us. It was such a wonderful, oh my goodness, we have not done that. I don't think we have ever done that, where we just turn on music, no radio, no nothing, and we just communicate. The gift of communication is so important. And then the funny thing was that after that, we came back home, me and my husband together, we washed the car. He recorded a video of me washing the car, which I think I put on this channel this morning. But then we got back inside the house, we had dinner together. After dinner, no TV, no nothing, we just started talking again. We just talked like besties, you know. There's just something important about communication. I think that is very good. The next thing I will also say is that as a couple, one thing that has helped me last 22 years, and my husband keeps on saying, ha, Shola, we're 22 years. And I'm like, yes, it is God. So, but one thing that has also helped is us supporting each other. You know, me supporting his dream, he supporting my dream. I'm a social media person, and you all know I do a lot of, I used to do a lot of family vlogs, but I've not been doing family vlogs now because my kids are at an age where they're doing their own thing. So it's usually just me that you see on camera. You rarely see my husband on camera, but he is in the background. Like whenever I need to create videos, he'll say, oh, let me use the camera, let me record you. He'll give me ideas and stuff. So he supports me in that way. And then I also find ways I support him. You know, like when he travels, I make sure that, you know, he has, you know, is updated. I listen to him. If he's having issues at work, I don't understand what he's talking about, you know, I listen to him. I'm there for him to confide in me. You know, I'm just there as a support system and stuff. So there's so many things that, you know, we take for granted when it comes to relationship, but it's very important for us to be supportive. Next thing that I also say is that in terms of finances, it's very important for you to be like-minded. So be like-minded. Don't go behind your husband's back and start spending money, start, overdoing stuff. Not everybody believes in joint accounts and all that stuff. Everybody has their reasons. If you're someone you believe in it, do it. If don't believe in it, then don't do it. But there's so many people that their relationship breaks apart because of finances, because one person overspends than the other person. One person is just, oh, give me this, oh, give me that, is very important. Lastly, I would say take care of your health. Take care of your health, take care of yourself. My husband and I, we have had different scares. And I've shared it on this channel, like when he was in the hospital for a long time, when I was sick and all that stuff. Take care of your health because you want your relationship to last a long time. We are not the keepers of our health, it is God. But I know that with all these things, even though we are 22 years, could something happen to divide us? It's cool. But every day, pray for your marriage. Every day, pray for your marriage. Pray that your marriage will last. Pray for your marriage will stay this test of time. And I didn't want to do this video because I was like, I don't want to jinx my marriage. I was like, I don't want to jinx my marriage. I don't know, I was scared. I was so scared. I was so scared. But I hope that whoever watches this, I hope that they find something in it to help their marriage. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you in another video. Thanks for watching. If you want to, you can also watch these other videos. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.